I left my friend's wedding after she insulted me, and now everyone is against me. Alright, so my friend has been planning her wedding for almost 2 years and wanted me to be one of the bridesmaids. A few things happened over the last couple of years. Many of her friends drifted away, some couldn't attend for medical reasons, and she had arguments with a few others. Of the 9 bridesmaids she originally planned, only me and 3 other girls were present. The wedding day was hectic, the bride got overwhelmed, so the 3 other bridesmaids and I basically set everything up while she calmed down. Her hairstylist cancelled, so I contacted a friend of mine and asked if she could help last minute. She did the bride's hair, but apparently, the bride didn't like it. The hair ties she used were coffee-colored, not white, she didn't have white ones, and the hairpins didn't match her hair color, and the ribbons weren't wrapped correctly. At one point, she said to my friend, "Are you an idiot?" and I had heard enough. I understand it was stressful, but there was no need to insult someone who got all the supplies at the last minute and drove over 20 minutes to an event for someone she didn't even know, as a favor, not even paid work, though I offered. I told the bride she needed to calm down and couldn't speak to my friend that way, but she ended up yelling at me too. I told her we were doing the best we could, and she called me pathetic and said it was absurd for me to lecture her on the most important and stressful day of her life. She said she was considering cutting me as a bridesmaid, so I told her I'd save her the trouble and left. The fallout was insane. The other 3 bridesmaids called me, saying I was a jerk and selfish for not tolerating a bit of attitude for a few hours because she was stressed. The bride called me crying about how I betrayed her and what a horrible friend I am. The bride's mom, who didn't have my number before, called me to say how disgusted she was with my attitude, and even my boyfriend said I could have endured it and that it was a jerk move to leave like that. My view is that, even with a lot of stress, I don't think she should have insulted my friend, nor do I think she should have called me pathetic. Stress is no excuse to mistreat someone, in my opinion, especially people who are trying to help, but I could be wrong. I still remember the look of frustration and despair on my friend's face when the bride started yelling at her. She was there just to help, and seeing someone treated so rudely out of pure anger was too much for me. Also, I was trying to keep calm and help the bride have the day she dreamed of, but her behavior made that impossible. Reflecting on it now, I wonder if I should have handled the situation differently. Maybe I could have been more patient, tried to smooth things over another way. However, I feel like there's a limit to how much someone can endure, especially when they're being treated so unfairly. The wedding preparations had been chaotic from the start, and we, the bridesmaids, had to handle several crises along the way. Despite this, we kept supporting her, believing that friendship and love were enough to overcome any obstacle. However, on that day, I realized I might have been wrong to think that way. Even so, I can't help but feel guilty for leaving my friend on one of the most important days of her life. So, was she acting like a bridezilla, or am I the jerk?